Alright, hello AVI and ARAV. Welcome to our first lesson in your brand new book. Hopefully this works out. So let's just go on and jump into it. Alright, so we have our first song, which is called March On. If you remember your 5-finger patterns, then this is going to be the easiest piece that you could ever learn. So our thumb, as indicated by the 1 over that middle C, has us starting with our thumb on middle C. And if you get through all first 4 measures and then drop down to the bottom, you'll see that your pinky also starts on the C just below middle C. And you go up all the way up to 5, and then you go all the way back down. So the trick is to watch for that second measure when there are 2 half notes. So it should sound like this. And don't forget that dotted half note there in that 4th measure on the C. How many beats does that get? Hopefully you said 3. Alright, and then if you go to the left hand, which is the second system, or the bottom part of the song, it's going to sound like this. And you will notice that that also has a dotted half note. So let's play that all the way through and count it out loud. Okay, let's go really slowly. So I'm going to give you the beat, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Alright, I think that one's pretty easy. So let's go on to the next song, which is Roaring Lions. Alright, so Roaring Lions. This is going to introduce our little jumps of thirds and fifths. And what I mean by thirds, if you look at those first 2 notes, you'll see that in the right hand it starts on E with our 3rd finger, so our middle finger's on E, and then it jumps up to G, so it skips that F. And that is a third. So once again, that's E to G, and that's a third. You'll see that it goes from line to line, as opposed to a line and then a space. Alright, so that 3rd note actually is middle C. So we have that G, that 2nd note, and it drops all the way down to middle C. That is a 5th, and a perfect 5th at that, but we will talk about that later. So we have the beginning of this piece going E, G, C, all the way back down. So that's a 3rd down to a 5th. And the left hand, it mirrors the same thing. So our middle finger starts on that E, want and find that, and then we jump up to the G, which is a 3rd, and then down to C, which our pinky is already on, that being a 5th. So let's hear that together. Alright, pretty neat. So we keep going on, and it's a little walk up and then a little bit of a walk down. We're going to count it out loud, of course, always. So let's hear what that sounds like together. Again, I'm going to start really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. And you see after that 3rd measure, when it goes to the 4th, that G drops down a 3rd to the E. Do you see that? Let's play the 3rd measure again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to the E. 1, 2, 3, and rest. All right, so if that gives you any problems, make sure you just ask Aisha. Let's go on to that next song, which is Sleeping John. All right, so we look at Sleepy John, and in that first measure, see how our pinky's there on that C? You see that it walks up. You see how the C is in a space, and then to a line, which is D, and then the next space up, which is E, and jumps back down to that C. So we just learned about that interval. Do you know what that is? It is a third. So remember that C to E is a third, and that E down to C. If you look at your hands, take a second, you'll see that you're skipping D. So it's this little third that we have, as in we start on C counting, so it's 1, 2, 3. So that's a C to E is that third. And if you look at the next measure, when our thumb is on middle C, it again mirrors, or duplicates, I should say, the exact same beginning notes as the left hand. So we have that C, D, E, and back down to C. So again, that E to C, those last two measures, or the last two notes on that second measure are E and C, and that's a third. Then we keep going, so that third measure, when we have our middle finger, hopefully our middle finger is not moved to other notes, and it stayed on that E. With Brother John, it says E, F, G. And then again, E, F, G in the right hand. So we really want to pay attention to the half note that is at the very end of that third measure, and also the fourth measure. And how many beats does the half note get? It gets 2. So let's hope you said 2. Let's play that first line all together with counting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how the first measure and the second measure are the same, but just played in different octaves. And the third measure and the fourth measure are also the same, just played in different octaves. Pretty neat, huh? Let's go down to that second system, or the bottom part of the song, okay? Alright, so the first thing that we notice about the left hand at that second system, down at the bottom, is that it jumps up a third again. So we start on that E, and we jump up to G. There's that third. So it's E, G. You hear that and you see that third? Let's hear what that sounds like, that E to G. That's what they sound like together. So, and it repeats itself. And then our right and left hand begin to alternate. See how it jumps up to that middle C in the right hand, and then it has that G. So there's a quarter rest. Look at that third measure. You see that right at the bottom part in the bass clef, underneath the middle C, there's that quarter rest that gets one beat. So that means that our left hand doesn't play, but our right hand plays over it. So we have that C on 1, and then the second beat of the measure is going to be the G. And since the second beat has a quarter rest next to the middle C, you see that, how the C, and then there's a quarter rest, and then another C. So it'll be counted like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try the whole piece together. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, keep practicing that and really watch out for those last two measures where the right hand plays and then the left hand. All right, if you have any problems, again, ask Aisha. All right, so this one you should be able to figure out on your own. You know all of the notes, and the right hand and the left hand are the exact same. So I'll play it through once, but you should be using this as a warm-up instead of a real performance song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. Can you do it that fast? Let's find out. All right, now we have my favorite piece of this week, probably because of the lizards and dinos. And it also incorporates those thirds that we've been learning about. So look at that first measure. You see how we start together, hands together, both on C, so middle C and the octave below it. And then from C, what's our next note? It's E. So once again, we've skipped D and we have completed a third. So you'll see that the left hand and right hand are in unison, meaning that they are playing the same thing. They are as one. They play the same notes, just an octave apart for the whole piece. And it's basically the same all the way through, except the last note on the first measure is different than the last note on, the last note on the top system. And the last measure is different than the last note at that last measure on the bottom system. So let's play through this together. Let's just see how we can do, and let's count it out loud, and let's play from beginning to end. Here we go, and let's do it really slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Okay. So I think this will be a good first lesson, just those 3 or 4 pieces. And let's see how you guys do this week. Maybe send me a recording and see how you like it, and if this is something that you want to continue and something that you are actually able to learn from. All right, well, hope to hear from you all soon. Take care.